Okay, I'm going to take you through the question 1 in the language paper then. I'm looking at the June 2013 paper, looking at food, okay? So, question 1 then is actually the easiest question in the paper. It's just, what do you learn from the text? It's making sure that you go through and you pick out quotations and you show that you understand the argument that's being put forward, or the points that are being put forward. So it's basic then, point, evidence, explain. We learn that, own quotation, and then what it tells you. So phrases like this implies, this suggests, will help you. They're all useful, but don't overdo this. Just say what it learns, perhaps what it makes you wonder, what it makes you think about. Okay, so top tips then for question 1. Start with a brief overview to show that you understand you understand the argument that's there. Ensure that you are discussing all aspects, so quite often there are 2 sides to the argument that's being put forward, or to the information that's being put forward. So write about the 2 sides of the argument. Go through chronologically, and this is a really important point really, in that just start at the beginning, go through as you go through, just highlight 5 points, 5 things that you learned that are related to the question, and just go through that. Don't chop and change between the 2. That makes it confusing for you, it makes it confusing for the examiner. Much better if you just run through the text as it happens. And then finally, don't be tempted to write about language or presentation. Just we learn. What do you learn? Okay, so there's the success criteria if you want to pause that at any time, so you can test your own responses. Okay, so revising for this question then. You can do this with lots of articles, and really what you need to do is just go through, find an article, and then do 12 minutes. What do I learn in this article? And then use the models that are then shown here to peer assess, so you can see what you can do to make those better. Okay, so the first model then is here. It just takes you through, it runs through Renton's arguments and tells you about his points about vegetarianism. It gets about 5 out of 8, this response, and it takes you through, and really it shows you how much you can get by just retrieving the information. So it's very much a retrieval of information that this student has done there. They've taken through and just got quotations and explained them. It's a very simple point, evidence, explain, right the way through there. And that's clear, there's clarity in that. And then here then is a second example, and this is a more perceptive, a more sophisticated response. And you'll see here highlighted in red, and freeze the screen if you need to, and use the models that are also there on the website to look at how it's made interpretations here. It's taken you through, it's done the same points, it's linked quotations to back up their point, and then they've gone through and given a more sophisticated interpretation. Okay, there we go.